Hello YouTube/Tumblr community. Alright, this video is kind of a response to people criticizing Moffat 2 for being like Twilight. It's not a direct response to Brierly. Love her. She's one of us. She's only pointing out differences. It's not her fault. I meant comparisons. Also, this is spoilers up to, I guess Series 7? And spoils Twilight, I guess, if you still haven't read that or planning to. I saw the video going around a lot on Tumblr and I decided, time to fix that. So this video is going to cover about 5 main points as to why Doctor Who is not like Twilight. There's one big difference that I'm not counting in the points. It's one big difference. Let me put it above my head. It's right here. Time travel. Time travel. Again, number 1. Amy is not Bella Swan. Amy is normal, yes, but she's no means Bella. Amy is exceedingly more independent and Bamfy. Let's do a list of a bunch of Bamfy things that Amy has done. Remember the universe into existence. Built her own sonic screwdriver.
The handbots carry a black box in case they go offline. I've changed the cause of termination from hostile to accidental.
Easy to reprogram. Use my sonic probe.
A sonic screwdriver that, by the way, helped her survive for 36 years in a death facility. She also had a sword. She saves a star whale. She disarms a bomb. She defeats a fish vampire. She represented the human race, almost creating peace. She inspired Vincent van Gogh. Opened the Mandorca so that older Amy could escape and get out. So she saved herself when she was 7. Fought pirates. Hacked computers. Tricked the Tesseract and its crew so that she and Rory could escape.
You are unauthorized. Your death will now be implemented.
Okay, Captain, release her now or I take down the whole Tesseract.
Amy. You can't.
They can.
Rory, go!
Founded and run an operation that was dedicated to saving the Doctor and taking down the Silence. Took down a group of velociraptor-y dinosaurs. Tells the Doctor off when he's losing it, as does River. Creates a paradox to save herself and Rory. And in the end, she chooses a normal life with her husband instead of adventures with the Doctor. What does Bella do? Except, I guess, she doesn't die. And she becomes a shield in a battle at the end where no one dies. But that's because she was a vampire with special powers. Amy Pond is just Amy Pond. Amy also wears pants in her relationship. Point 2. Rory is not Edward. Edward. Edward, are we watching the same show? Because Rory is not in fact immortal. He was a plastic centurion thing with a gun inside of his arm. No, he was remembered back into existence. He kind of remembers those 2,000 years or whatever, but that does not mean he's immortal. He's not immortal. He's not made out to be the perfect boyfriend. Not at all, actually. He's actually kind of out to be kind of wimpy in the beginning. I mean, we all know he becomes the Banflater and dies several times, but the beginning, wimpy kid.
Amy.
Hi! Oh, this is Rory. He's a friend.
Boyfriend.
Kind of.
He's just that guy. He gets dragged along a lot, doesn't really approve of the Doctor. In fact, he's kind of a foil to the Doctor several times throughout the series.
I've got my job.
Oh, yes, Rory. The universe is awaiting, but you have a little job to
It's
go.
not little, it's important to me. Look, what you do isn't all there is.
I never said it was.
3. The Doctor and Amy's relationship. The Doctor is not Jacob. He is not rejected by Amy. He was never into Amy. She was into him for like an episode, maybe a couple episodes, but then, that goes away. It's like a little tiny crush. Who wouldn't be into the Doctor? He quickly shuts it down because he's always going to see her as just that little girl he met. Amy quickly gets over him a couple episodes later and exclusively chooses Rory. It's kind of dragged out for the rest of the series. Doesn't really need to be because it's so obvious it's just Amy and Rory forever. But, whatever, drama.
Look at you. A glorious bond. A girl who waited for me.
And later, we learn that Amy and the Doctor are much more family than anything else, Point number 4. The Doctor and River's relationship. Now this one's a bit of a long one. You don't understand, people. The Doctor only knows River as an adult. He doesn't watch River grow up whilst constraining his lust for her until she's the appropriate age. He's not the protector of baby River, who, by the way, gets kidnapped and has a tough and terrible childhood while being a pawn for the Silence. He's completely unaware that baby Melody is River until after she's been taken by Madame Convorian, and he doesn't even know it was her. And even so, this isn't the first time the Doctor has met baby versions of his companions. Do we forget about Rose Tyler? He met her as a baby on Father's Day, held her even with full knowledge that it was Rose Tyler.
Now, Rose, you're not going to bring about the end of the world, are you? Are you?
Nobody says anything about that. They had a relationship too. Little Madame de Pompadour too. Plus, listen to this. The Doctor, a 900-year-old non-human entity who looks young, comes right into young, impressionable Rose Tyler's life. It was boring and worth nothing before him, and he sweeps her off her feet onto an adventure. She's miserable when they're apart, and she wants to stay with him together forever. They run into problems because he's immortal and never ages, and she's just a human.
I don't age. I regenerate. But humans decay. You wither and you die. Imagine watching that happen to someone that you...
What, Doctor?
You can spend the rest of your life with me. But I can't spend the rest of mine with you.
The young girl is completely okay with leaving her family behind to stay with her immortal man.
Once the breach collapses, that's it. You will never be able to see her again, your own mother.
I made my choice a long time ago, and I'm never gonna leave you.
Do we see how easily things can be twisted to match something else? Really, I don't think the Doctor and Rose's relationship is Twilight either. They're much deeper, three-dimensional characters in that. Sometimes. Could have met any of his companions as babies, so I don't know why this one's so special and freaking everybody out, because it's time travel, guys. Time travel. And you know what? Twilight doesn't have time travel. And talking about time travel brings us to point number 5. Their ages. Right. Edward, Bella, Jacob, and eventually Renesmee all become the same age. Because they don't age. They hit an age, and then they don't age. Well, Jacob a little bit. He can decide whether, it's messy. I don't know, read the books, I don't know, it's messy. Whereas, River, Amy, Rory, the Doctor, right? Time travel. They time travel. So it's hard for them, you know, not to be the same age while they're time traveling. There's a safe age for them to time travel, plus the Doctor and River are, well, River's partially Time Lord, the Doctor's full Time Lord, so they don't age. So River is very, 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 very much older than her parents, in fact. Even plus Time Lord, that's what happens. They only appear to be the same age because their actors are on the same age, except for Alex Kingston, who is hot. Okay, she's older, but she's hot. Moving on, so River can't travel with them as a younger teenager kind of person, because then she was Mel Zucker. Couldn't travel with them then, because that's a whole bunch of stuff. And then she was kidnapped for most of her life. Well, not most of it, actually. She lives most of it, or whatever, you get my point. And that can happen. The pawns can travel with them as older pawns because they get sent back in time to live out the rest of their lives. And the Doctor is just the same forever. So there's no way to change that. So I don't see why this is an issue. So again, this is not an attack towards anyone who believes that this is true for some reason. This is not an attack towards Brierley. This is just a response video made because I reached 2,000 followers. So, yes. Hope you enjoyed me explaining that. This is probably going to be a really, really long video. Fun editing. Might actually start doing videos on this channel. We'll see. Maybe for the new year. We'll see. I don't know what kind of stuff would be on this channel though. Love you, everyone. Bye.